Good day, collective. It's your girl, Sadie Rose, coming to you with today's word. Your boundaries are the foundation of your self worth. If you don't stand firm, who will? And I'm here to tell you that no one will. From my very direct experience. And matter of fact, if you don't stand, you will get ran right over, even by people who love you, y'all. When we don't stand firm on our boundaries, it really is a disservice to everyone around you, because you think that, by not standing up for your self-worth and by not speaking up and not causing conflict, that you're actually supporting. But if you're doing that, then you're not helping a person grow to be a better person and how they're in relationship to other people that they're supposed to be caring for. And if you do that with your children, you are setting the example of how they should be in relationship to other people, and they will not, it's not so much about what you're saying, it is about what you are doing, that they will then carry, not just in romantic relationships, but all relationships, and how they treat other people. So it is very important that you set you set the foundation for how you would like for them to be. And y'all, I know there are certain people, like the new agey millennial, woke conversation. And I want y'all to understand that how I'm talking to you, I am not in alignment with that, okay, I do care about being woke and all that. But this is coming from a pure place of spirituality. That is where I come from. That is where I live. And I'm not saying this as a cliche in terms of boundaries, just to say that. I really mean that. Boundaries are so critically important for your self-worth. If you don't set those boundaries, you will continuously end up in situations with different people and at different places where, the longer you go and you don't set those boundaries, the more likely that you will get stuck, unhappy in those situations. And then when you try to change, then when you try to put new things in place, or even worse, then you try to get people to change, to conform to your expectations, versus at the very beginning saying, this is what I expect, this is what I like, and if it doesn't jive with you and we're not in alignment, then we could just go our separate ways and save everybody time. Save everyone time to just move on and do what they need to do. But if you try to drag people and then later down the line be like, oh, well, I don't want to be with you if you're not this way, or I don't want to be your friend anymore if you're not this way, or if it's your kids, well, if you don't do what I'm telling you to do, then, I don't want to be affiliated or support you. Even for if y'all are bosses, if some of y'all are in management at your job, if you try to then shift things up, it's way harder. It is way harder down the line to tell your staff, and I am a manager myself, but it is way harder down the line to be like, well, all of a sudden we're going to change. And I do that. There are times where I'll say, this is the new way, this is the new path forward, this is what we're going to do. But by the time I get there, we have been reset. And I have had to reset before. And then I'm laying the foundation for the future, okay? And there are moments that will happen where you will have to reset with certain people in terms of relationship. And then you can then again set your boundaries. If something critical has happened, then you could do that. But my point is, don't wait. You really should not wait to set those boundaries. That is one of the biggest lessons that I have learned. And it has brought me to, y'all, when we set these boundaries, because most people are not used to operating in this way. Most people are used to just accepting, uncomfortable situations, and then kind of sitting in that, that uncomfortable feeling, or, just dealing with situations and people, even though they're not happy, and just hoping that one day it would change. And it leads them to be, very uncomfortable, and very unhappy. And this can go on for most of someone's life. Time is precious. Only moment that matters is now, right now, and how you're making decisions now. And so people are probably like, well, what does this have to do with my self-worth? Everything. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out, y'all. They are bridges to your self-respect. And so if for whatever reason you don't like yourself, or you've let the world condition you, or it could be your upbringing, your parents, whoever, to think that you're less than, that definitely is relating to your self-respect. Like, I am not going to deal with this. These are the things that I know I can deal with, and this is the thing I know I can't do. And if you don't uphold those boundaries, then you're saying pretty much the boundaries don't matter. The walls don't matter. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you're very clear from the beginning, this is who I am, I don't want to change you, especially y'all who are older. If you're over 18, I'm talking to you right now, even you young adults. And for you, those of you who are younger, please, 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 like, listen to what I'm saying to you. Like, when you are starting a relationship with someone and you give them these boundaries and you want to keep trying, right? Some people say the first red flag, run. I'm not saying that. But I am saying is if you lay the foundation and you're working with someone who also is healing and growing too, maybe not used to this kind of energy exchange, maybe not used to this type of accountability for their conduct and how they're doing, and they're not changing or they're not respecting what you're saying that you would like, and you see that they're just not naturally a good fit for your relationship, the exchange of energy, positivity, and it's being forced, or they're like, oh, I'm cool now, and they want to enter into a relationship with you where y'all can become all cool and besties, and or if it's romantic, they want to exchange other things with you, and you get attached, and then 2-3 years down the line, they're gonna be like, this is not really what I want. You're trying to force me to change. You're not really what I need. That can happen because they were never prepared to choose to be in alignment, or couldn't, based on where they're at in terms of growth in their life, with what you wanted. So what you really need are people who are ready on their own accord to be on the same vibration and frequency and growth path as you. You can't, y'all, never, 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 never try to force someone to be in accordance with what you're trying to do. I say all the time to people I'm in a relationship with, I'm not just telling people get out of my life, but for the people I care for, I don't want you to change. But this is the type of life I want to live. And if this is not a type of life that you want to live with me, please, let's stay friends, but let us go our own path. Because I cannot continue to put energy into a relationship that I know that is not in alignment for my greatest good and my happiness, because I respect myself. And I am not going to tell anyone that my boundaries don't matter, because they do. And it's going to get me on the fastest track to bring me in alignment with God and to break generational curses in my family. I realize my kids are watching every step, everything I do. And if I don't show up and act in accordance and act like how I know I'm supposed to do and hold those walls, then they're going to emulate that in the future with whoever they're dealing with. And my young son said to me for the first time the other day, this is the first time one of my kids have ever said this to me. He keeps saying it. Mom, you're my hero. Do y'all understand how much that means? He's only 3, but that means the world to me. For my son to say to me, Mom, you're my hero. And I want to keep hearing that. I want to be the best mom ever. And the best way I know how to do that is to be the best person I can be. All right. I hope this is helpful. I hope this resonates. I love y'all. Peace.